In this 17-minute video, you'll learn how to create an expression to control position in isometric 2D space. Hello, it's me again and welcome to another tutorial. For this one, we are going to learn a little bit about expressions and a little bit about isometric stuff. So, in short, what we are going to be creating is this little expression that we have here. What it allows us is to translate this movement in 2D, just having the x and the y values, to translate it into 3 axes. So that way we can change the position of any layer that we want in the 3 axes. Okay, so we got the x movement, the y movement, and the z movement. So if you want to do this quickly, you can just take this expression that is available in the description below, just copy, and before pasting it, just drag 3 different sliders and name them x, y, and z movement, and then just paste that expression into the position thing. Just alt click in the stopwatch, paste the position, and that's it. But if you want to learn how this is working inside and what is the logic behind this, just stay tuned. So here we go. Let's create a new composition and let's make it, 10 seconds or so. And let's just drag this TV we have here. It's a really simple animation using dream path and wiggle transform. More of this, we will cover more of this in a later episode. So for now, we are only interested in this part. So yeah, it animates and it constructs itself just with a bunch of keyframes, and boom, we got this TV here. Let's add a new solid for the background just to have something there. And okay, what is the problem and what does this do? I mean, why am I making an expression just to animate the position? Well, look, when I was doing a previous video, a previous animation, what I realized was that, yeah, you could take these illustrations from Hexels or from Illustrator or whatever program you use, and you could just take this and animate on this axis, and you have something like this. And yeah, if you wanted to move it maybe in the y-axis, then just move it this way, and then the z-axis that way, and such. So this does work, and of course it just works. But the problem is when you have multiple things that you have to animate and that you have to consistently have them well aligned and just space equally between them. So let's say we have 2 of these things that are lined up together. Let's just take one here, the other one behind it, and let's say that we have to animate this one this way and this one that way too. So, well, how do we make sure that these things are being animated in the right angle? Because we have to, this animation is going to be made in 30 degrees angle, in a 30-degree angle. So how do you do it? Well, that was the problem that I was trying to solve with this expression. And all it does is that it takes these 2 values and converts them into 3 values, just to simulate a 3D movement in a 2D space. Of course, this isn't really a 3D layer. We're just simulating 3D into the space. So to achieve that, what we are going to do is, okay, we are going to take just one of these TVs. And well, the first thing is we have to reveal the position property here. So we're just gonna hit P on our keyboards, and when you have this position property, we just alt click in the stopwatch, and we are going to get by default use transform.position. And what we are going to do first is that we need to save this property into a variable. So we are going to call this pos, and it's going to equal transform.position. And After Effects expects for this property to return a two values array. So what this needs and what it should return here is that we're going to have pos at the 0 position of the array, and we're going to have pos at the position 1 at the index 1 of the array. So this way we are just translating the movement that we have here into code. So basically we're just linking okay, with the position, this is going to take this value here, and this pos 1 is going to take this value. So this is because we want to keep the ability to move this layer into these two axes. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. The second thing we need to do is that we are going to drag this slider control into that layer. Okay, so we add it here, and we are going to name it. All right, this is called a slider control, so you can just go here and type slider control, just drag it, and that's it. Or you can, I think you can go here to effect, expression controls, and slider control, and just add it that way. Okay, so we are going to rename that effect, and we're going to call it X movement. So we want to bind this slider here to move it in this direction. So we are going to move it in a 30-degree angle in that direction. Okay, so to achieve that, we are going back to math basics. You know, the kind of math that you see in at school. At least I did in 10th grade, I think. So yes, we are going back to a little bit of trigonometry, and this is what we need. So this is really simple actually. What we need and what this triangle is telling us is that, okay, we need to move for every 1 unit that we are moving in the y-axis, we need to move the square root of 3 on the x-axis to achieve this 30-degree angle movement. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we need to take the value from this slider right here, and we need to apply it, and we need to add it to the x and the y values from the position. So what we need to do is that we are going to alt click on this slider right here just to get the name of the effect. This is the expression equivalent to that effect. So we are going to copy, and we're going to press escape, and that's it. So now we are going to create another variable here that we're going to call x, and it's going to be equal to that movement. Okay, so that is the first thing. Okay, well, the second is that, okay, we need to multiply that x value by this square root of 3. So we're going to take the x value, multiply by math dot square root of 3 plus the position in x, and here we need to move one unit of that x, so we are going to call it x plus position at the 1 at that index. So that way we can move it just like using the position property, and then we can change. All right, well, this wasn't the x movement at all. All right, well, this one is the C movement, okay? But there's a little hack here. It's really subtle, but if you change the x from being a positive number to a negative number, what we have is that this is going to revert. So that way we really have the x movement. So you already know how to do the x movement and the C movement, you know? So all we have to do is, well, this one is going to be the x movement, right? So let's just add another slider control. Let's call it C movement. And we are going to do the same. We're going to alt click, copy, create a new variable called C. We're going to paste that effect, and we are going to add exactly the same but with C. So plus C. Okay, let's just paste it and change the x to C, plus C plus C multiplied by Math.sqrt of 3. And then what we need to do is to add the C value, the C variable. So that way we can move in the x axis and in the z axis, right? And last but not least, we need to control the y movement. So we are going to add another slider control. Let me call it y movement. And this one is a little bit simpler than the other two, because we really don't need anything fancy or anything special here. We just need to link the y, the y movement with this one. So what we are going to do is, again, we are going to copy this. We are going to add y here, and we are going to, okay, let's expand this, and we are going to sum these two variables by y, and that way we can control that too. So I guess this is all we have to do to achieve this effect. And now that this is done, we could just, let's say I want to animate this as soon as it completes this animation, or let's say just right here, we can add just a keyframe here for the C movement, and I'm going to hit the U key, and we can just move here a little bit. Let's say we want something like this. We can add some easing if we want, and that way we are animating on the Z axis, and we can combine this by just adding movement in the Y axis. So let's hit U again, and we can just do something like this, I don't know, pretty quick. Something like that. And then just move this here, and one last final movement just to get right here. You can move this also again, just right here. And well, that way we can animate on every single direction of this isometric illustration. Okay, so well, I guess that covers it for today. I hope you guys enjoy it, and well, and you like it. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that stuff if you want to keep receiving these kind of videos on your feed, or if you want to get notified on your phone or whatever. So thanks again for watching. This is fun to make these kind of things, and it is a way to inspire myself and to inspire others to create. And well, that's the whole goal of this. And if you like this and you want to do something using this, well, just do it and let me know, because I really enjoyed seeing other people work, and if they are using something that I did, well, that would be fantastic. So thanks again, really thank you for being here, watching the videos, and I hope to see you next Thursday. So bye bye, see you then.